Force Motors. Well, we continue with our topic of how CV companies are doing. Force Motors falls in that category. Prasanna Firodia, MD of the company, joins us right now for a synopsis of how their company is doing per se. They have some expansion plans as well, so talk about all of that. Prasanna, good to have you. Thanks much for joining in. Before we get into what Force Motors is doing as a company per se, just give us a sense of how do you anticipate 2012 to be, because the SUV category, the commercial vehicle category, there is a lot of competition that is coming in. I mean, a brief look at the Auto Expo suggests the kind of interest that a lot of companies are going with regards to new launches as well. Do you expect competition to be stiff and thereby pricing to remain a bit of, there won't be too much of an upward pressure on the prices, if at all?
Basically, first thing, for us, the year 2012 looks very promising because predominantly Force Motors has been a commercial vehicle maker, and also with a lot of focus on rural utilitarian markets. Now, since our products are mainly operating within the rural economy, which is growing very well, we are expecting to close the year at anywhere between 45 to 50% over last year. So the year seems to be pretty good for us. In terms of the market getting stiff or competition getting stiff, it will happen. The SUV space is becoming very attractive to not just the Indian OEMs but also to the global OEMs. The price points are very stiff. You've seen a lot of compact SUVs coming into the market, but the market on the SUV side is large. It's anywhere close to about 165,000 odd vehicles. So there is space for everyone. There are multiple price points at which you can put in a product. So I think it will be an interesting SUV space to watch out for, though.
What about expansion plans and the kind of money that you would be looking at investing?
We are investing close to about 1,000 crores between last year and the current calendar year. Now, this is across the board. It's not just within, it's not the investment purely going into our personal vehicle division, which is a new vertical we've created, but it goes across the value chain, so right from engineering, infrastructure, upgradation to marketing, to branding, to creation of new light commercial vehicles, small commercial vehicles. So a total spend of about 1,000 crore rupees.
Okay. What, in light of all that you're saying, Prasanna, let me just get to some numbers first before we talk some other details. What is it that you are likely to do in FY12 in terms of numbers, and predominantly in FY13, because you seem to be believing that that will be a promising year for you? Top line, maybe bottom line estimates for FY13?
Correct. For the current year, we're looking at close to about, in terms of vehicle numbers, close to about 40-odd thousand vehicles, and a top line of close to about 2,700-odd crores. And for the next year, we are gunning for close to about 65 to 70,000 vehicles, with a top line of anywhere in the range of 3,500 crores.
Those are impressive numbers, because, and correct me if I'm wrong, Prasanna, but if I'm not wrong, for the year ended March 11, you did top line of close to 1,550 crores and a PAT of maybe close to 60-odd crores. Am I right?
Correct. It was the top line was a little higher, but PAT was within that range.
So on the numbers that you suggested, a 2,700 crore top line, which would what mean maybe a 60-odd% growth on the top line itself, or a 50% growth on the top line, would there be a commensurate increase in the bottom line as well?
I hope so, but we expect the bottom line to be within the range of anywhere between, on a conservative side, anywhere around 60 to 80 crores this year.
Okay, just before we wrap up, Prasanna, any fundraising exercises that you would need to do for the money that you're investing, or would internal cash flows be enough?
No, mainly internal cash flows. Now, this entire 1,000 crores is not getting, invested overnight or something like that. So it will, happen at various milestones as we cross certain milestones. So with that in mind, we will look at, some fundraising also. But at this stage, it's mainly coming out of internal accruals.